Welcome again, viewers. Here we are going to discuss one of the important topics of political economy, that is colonialism. Our discussion would consist in three parts of this lecture. Then in the first part of our lecture, we will discuss its definition, its characteristics, and in the second part, we will discuss the difference between colonialism and imperialism, and in the third part, we will discuss the factors regarding colonialism or imperialism. So, without wasting our time, let's start. As we know that the term is not new one; it is an ancient one. Time since Romans and many others. So, let's come to its definition. That what it is. It denotes a system in which a country conquers and rules over other regions. Also, it involves exploiting the resources of the conquered country for what purpose? For the benefit of the conqueror. So, imperialism means the ability of a state or empire, imperial empire, to exert its influence beyond its borders. So, here in the next sentence, it is written about imperialism. We will differentiate in the second slide after this. So, what it is? It is a practice of occupying and exploiting other countries. So, somewhere it is called colonialization or expansionism or imperialism. The names are very resembled and the purpose is the same one. So, the definition of colonialism is the act of one nation controlling on the economic system, on the controlling the other nation or a country for economic gain. So, its examples are the best example which you can understand by England's control of India. You know that England control, the Britishers control over India with the help of their East India Company, and for which the peoples of local area they revolted against it, and at last in 1947 they left the colony and they got their independence. So there is a long discussion about it, but here our discussion would be general one. Modern state global colonialism or imperialism, it began in the 5th century BC, 5th century AD, sorry. So that age is called the age of discovery. We will discuss this important point in the later part of our lecture. That led by Portuguese and by the Spanish exploration of the Americas and the coast of Africa, the Middle East, India, and East Asia. Next, characteristics of colonialism. What are the chief features or characteristics of colonialism? We, from those definitions, we come to conclude that the purpose of colonialism was to exploit the resources of the alien state. Now, here, it was to serve as a source of inexpensive labor and natural resources. The outcome of these colonies was never intended cultural development. So they never mean to development of their cultures. So they have their own purpose. This led to a large trade enterprises and economically benefits for the colonial power. So the colonial masters always work for their own purposes, for their own targets or agendas, to extend their control for their benefits. So chiefly they have these, apart from that, the purpose of colonialization, they have these characteristics like political and legal domination over the alien society or the foreign society. So they grab them there and they control their political and legal domination. The second one is relationship of economies and political dependence, so that at least those alien countries, a time will come that they depend on the master country or the colonial master, exploitation between imperial powers and the colonies. So at say the colonies become so subjugate that they become at the helm of affairs with the imperial powers. So the imperial powers exploit them to extend their or to enhance their control by any means. Racial and cultural inequality. So this is another characteristics of this. Now comes to the next one, that the difference between these two terms. Although their purpose, their their meaning is same, but for the sake of literary purpose, we are making a difference here. As we know that 19th century up to the mid 20th century, this period is called age of imperialism. We'll note it. From 19th century up to the mid 20th century, this time period is called the age of imperialism. Why not the age of colonialism? The answer is that colonialism, after that, they formed their colonies. You know that before that, the period is called the classical period of imperialism, or the period where there was no science and technology, and they used their own methodology, like to go and occupy the land. And then after that, it changes, and the second phase starts with the age of 19th century, and the third phase I will discuss with the passage of time, either here or elsewhere, right? So imperialism, both are right, both have same meaning, but difference of meaning is that both are interrelated, but minute difference. Other difference is both have Latin words, both have Latin roots regarding their meaning. Colonialism is taken from the word colonia. It means that settlement on the foreign soil. Whereas imperialism taken from the word imperia, which means the command, rule, or authority or control. So it means that a power of a country, to what extent they can go, to what extent it is a sort of policy to influence or to extend its control on the resources of the other country. So power of a country to rule, influence on the soil of the other country or the foreign country. Now comes that how they implement it, what the methodology, what the ways, what the strategies, what the policies they adopted. Normally I have taken that they have adopted the two important ways or methods to implement their policies. The first one is direct one, or direct method. In direct method, you know that to conquer or to occupy the foreign land, and then to settle at there, to control, for what, to go there, to occupy. So this we called it, as I have studied from the book from Dr. Mubarak Ali, that he has written in his book that that is called a classical period of colonialism, that they for the settlement or to get the resources, first they kept a large army, and then they go there to occupy the land, and then they grab the resources, etc., etc. That was the a classical form of colonialism, or imperialism, or its other forms. So to control, and then to control its economics resources or economic system from where they are getting, so then to extend their control, that is the direct one. And the second one is indirect one. Indirect means that without interference, to dominate its country. Now it can be a modern one, it has been changed, like nowadays we see that a country who is far from any country, but in the form of multinational companies, or the rule of one man, or any rule of clique, or some few elites, they rule the whole of the country, so dominate that country. So you know that the methodology is changed one here in the indirect way. So both have the same meaning, both have the same purpose, that what they to dominate over the foreign country. Now there are numerous examples, and to make it a colony in the latter period. So to for what purpose? To exploit the resources and natural resources, and so on and so forth. So you should make a difference between here, that the settlement normally doesn't mean that to make a colony. Suppose that if a group of scientists, or a group of cultural group, or any of the musical group, or any of the group who settle in a foreign country, like suppose who settle in America, from Pakistan or in any of the Gulf country. So when they settled at there, so this is not colonialism that this starts a colonialism. Colonialism means that when besides settlement, they dominate their political and economic resources. Political and economic domination is very important for colonialism. Otherwise it is not colonialism. So they cannot get any advantage from the resources of that land, so for the benefit of their interest. Understand this? Now next, why colonialism? Why? So these are, there are some the purposes are the what purpose, why or what question. So you are the students of senior semester, you need to understand the why questions are these sort of research oriented techniques in your answers questions. So to what, to subjugate and dominate other country by what, by conquest and settlement. So they conquer the land, and then they settle and they get. So what the policy they have? So behind colonialism there is an imperialism. Their purpose is to get a vast imperial power. So for that very purpose they formed their colonies. So behind colonialism there is imperialism, and behind imperialism there is a powerful country, and behind powerful country there is always a policy. So all they have mission, they have purposes, and to what, to dominate the local population for the achievement of their purposes. So powerful country influence the resources of the less powerful country. So for this very purpose they have the three important techniques or the methodology for this. The first one is that for what, why they do it? For economic to get economic resources, to get economic exploitation of foreign territory, to get benefits from the natural resources of that very foreign country. Many sort of natural resources, you are the students of political science, and you can understand very well that what are the types and kinds of natural resources, and what are their political value, or they have advantage. The second one is that their strategic reason. The strategic reason that the enemy, to get the to exploit the enemy, to get to make a friend of your enemy country, to exploit the enemy, your enemy. So enemy to enemy of the other country. So that is a strategic one, or to get control, or to make a friend of your enemy, your friend. So the third one is that competition for control of expansion, means that competition for colonial expansion. Here it means that there is a race between colonial powers, that a time after Second World War, when you witnessed that the colonial powers, there was a race between them to get control over the other areas, or the vast areas in the world, and to make their hegemonic control over the large areas. So there was a struggle of power between these big powers. Now come to the important phase of colonialism, that throughout history, what phase, or what was the era, or in the importance of colonialism. As we know that colonialism not a new phenomena, that Greeks, Romans, Ottomans, they have practiced it throughout their time. But it's important. But the effective or important phase of colonialism is modern European colonialism. It starts from 15th century, and the five major European powers, they dominated, or they practiced it, or they had made an effective control over the large area of the world. At least 84% of the world they controlled. And who those countries were: Portugal, Spain, France, Netherlands, Great Britain. They had started it, and they made control over the large areas. The fact was that they want to expand their control, and at last, here I have written that in 1930 they expanded at least 84% area of the world. So, and up to 1930, before World War II, they occupy this important area. So they couldn't control on the other parts of the world, like that only parts of they couldn't occupy on the parts of Arabia, Persia, Afghanistan, Mongolia, Tibet, China, Russia, and also Japan. So they have no control over there, because these countries were have their own strategies and methodologies, and the factors were different one. And the next slide, we will see that what were the leading factors which led to the success of colonialization. This is the last segment of our discussion. Here we will again we will be very confined at what were those factors which led to its success. The first one was, and still it is, technological superiority. Technological superiority, that means that its advancement, advancement in science and technology. Science and technology, like technological superiority, mainly focused on sea navigation. By sea navigation, by sea routes, they established the control in the foreign countries. They on the sea, they established their colonies with the help of sea navigation. That is first one. And the second one is military superiority. The colonial states, or colonial powers, made superiority in military technology, and they used the gunpowder. Their use of gunpowder was maximum, and they made more and more development and progress in this field of technology to get control. Similarly, the use of artillery are related areas. So for what? To establish their control over the countries throughout the world. Throughout the world, the word is not only a specific era or area, but they made their control on the large area. Means throughout the world is the word is throughout the world, means throughout, means not on a specific area. They established their colonies for the fulfillment of their purposes. So this and we will have another slide, another lecture on this important related colonialism related topics. So we will discuss the remaining part of it there. Thank you very much.